Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, April 25th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 546 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Want to avoid problems with the police? You should just surrender to them. Pope ordains 9 priests, saying, "Stay humble, compassionate." Racism within police ranks, a look at the struggles of black cops by a former officer. In Kansas City, redlining's ghosts haunt East Side businesses amid the pandemic. India's crematoriums overwhelmed as virus swallows people. A Texas couple who deleted Facebook posts bragging about being at the Capitol riot was arrested for assaulting police officers, FBI says. The latest, Pakistan offers essential supplies to help India. Man wearing body armor killed by police after confrontation. At least 82 killed in fire after oxygen tanks explode at COVID hospital in Iraq. Judge Janine, Biden admin claims America is systematically racist. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Derek Chauvin's conviction is progress but not true justice for people of color facing police violence, activists say, CNN. North Carolina sheriff says he wants footage of Andrew Brown Jr. police shooting made public and may file motion Monday, CNN. India sets COVID-19 infection record for 4th straight day with hospitals desperate for oxygen, CNN. San Diego Padres Fernando Tatis calls post-homer trolling of Trevor Bauer payback time, ESPN. UFC 261, Kamaru Usman post-fight press conference, UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship. Fire in Baghdad hospital kills dozens of COVID-19 patients, The Washington Post. Inside DMX's funeral, rap icons, mourning fans, and a casket in a monster truck, Vulture. Mavericks vs. Lakers takeaways, Luka Doncic forced to facilitate in Dallas comeback win, CBS Sports. The NFL mock draft for the people, Sports Illustrated. Cryptic writing found in belongings of Philip Adams, former NFL player accused of killing 5, NBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Twitter agrees to block tweets critical of India's government's COVID-19 response. One verdict, then 6 police killings across America in 24 hours. Harvey Milk LGBTQ Democratic Club sends particularly pointed note to Tucker Carlson. Democrat Troy Carter wins New Orleans-based U.S. House seat. Befuddled Larry Kudlow rails that Biden will force Americans to guzzle plant-based beer. $5 do-it-yourself ladders thwarting Trump's $16 billion border wall. Beyonce honors 5th anniversary of her iconic Lemonade album. Pretend journalist Tucker Carlson calls real journalists cowards. Here's why so many Democrats sound so anxious about Biden's healthcare agenda. Now turning down excess doses, U.S. faces calls to share vaccines. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Family still seeking justice 1 year after death. Officer thanked for kind gesture toward man. Lawmaker arrested on DWI charge after crash. Man charged in death of Good Samaritan. Police chief arrested for second offense alley. Kid left in school vehicle for more than 2 hours. 18 charged in shooting death of 7-year-old. Brothers rescue 8-year-old's cat from tree. Car rams into house after armed carjacking, 2 arrested. Columbia neighborhood calls for change. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Baghdad hospital fire kills at least 82, many of them older COVID patients. Oscars 2021, what to watch for. Phuket was poised for tourism comeback, a COVID surge dashed those hopes. 4 takeaways from our investigation into ICE's mishandling of COVID-19. Michigan's COVID wards are filling up with younger patients. Half a year after Trump's defeat, Arizona Republicans are recounting the vote. Millions are skipping their second doses of COVID vaccines. How ICE's mishandling of COVID-19 fueled outbreaks around the country. Malcolm Gladwell on the hard decisions of war. Troy Carter elected to Congress from Louisiana. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Los Angeles police shoot, kill driver wearing body armor who slammed patrol car, confronted officers. NYC protesters cross Brooklyn Bridge, clash with NYPD cops in Manhattan. New York lawmakers look to ban cops who resign, are fired for misconduct, from being rehired elsewhere. Clinton's White House welcomed Epstein, Maxwell as VIP guests, new photos show. Woman accidentally gets wrong coordinates inked for tattoo of special place, painful realization. UFC's Chris Weidman suffers brutal leg break, with Tom Brady, Tim Tebow among 15,000 Florida spectators. Kamala Harris sex joke has Oklahoma state lawmaker unrepentant with no plans to be politically correct. Biden's catch and release migrants, without court dates, total more than 15,300, Texas Democrat says. Ted Cruz says VP Harris' GPS got confused, sending her to wrong border. Democrat Troy Carter wins Louisiana special election for U.S. House seat. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, April 25th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. We are not a match. Robert Chapman charged with participating in Capitol riot after allegedly boasting about it on Bumble dating app. Video, large explosion from gender reveal party shakes houses, stirs earthquake fears. Baltimore man says he was kicked off Southwest flight for not wearing mask while eating Twizzlers. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Ambulance worker who died when an object smashed through vehicle had returned to the front line. Liz Truss blasts Dom Cummings over tittle-tattle claim that PM's flat refurb may have been illegal. Mangled classic Jaguar set to sell for $10K, but could be worth $250K. Lily James walks hand-in-hand with rock star boyfriend Michael Schumann on a romantic break. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Finding Freedom biography set for reboot this summer. Scientists say vaccines cut deaths by 98% as they call to end all restrictions. AstraZeneca chief launches blistering attack on critics of the firm's vaccine. Revelers enjoy second weekend since beer gardens reopened as they hit town and city centers. Must-reads. Kirstie Allsopp says people should stop rushing to buy homes in an overheated market. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID live. Indian PM Narendra Modi says storm of coronavirus infections has shaken country. Sisters with Transistors review, a gloriously geeky music doc. No parades, no hugs, Disneyland is reopening, but will the magic be back? An indescribable moment, indigenous nation in U.S. has right to land in Canada, court rules. United Airlines receive billions in COVID aid, now thousands of workers could lose their jobs. Was King Solomon the ancient world's first shipping magnate? Deep systemic racism, will Minneapolis's police department ever change? Going vegan, can switching to a plant-based diet really save the planet? Robbie Hummel and Kareem Maddox, the weekend warriors behind USA's bid for 33 basketball Olympic gold. Republican lawyer is key player in voter suppression drive across U.S. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Indonesia admits all 53 crew of lost submarine are dead. Spanish man charged with infecting 22 people with COVID-19. Fire danger in southwest as summer warmth on the way for northeast. Dozens of patients killed in catastrophic hospital fire in Iraq. At least 6 killed in fiery van crash on Georgia interstate. Biden's 100 days, low-end approval, yet strong marks on pandemic response, poll. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Isami, Chinese Kite Festival and a whale in Italy. Menstrual leave, South Korea airline ex-CEO fined for refusing time off. Iraq COVID hospital fire, 82 dead after oxygen tank explodes. India COVID, patients dying without oxygen amid Delhi surge. UFC 261, Kamaru Usman knocks out Jorge Masvidal to cap incredible night in Jacksonville. Deaths climb as India reels from deadly COVID wave. Ghana basks in Twitter's surprise choice as Africa HQ. Sierra Leone, COVID-19 will go, we need to focus on malaria. How Armel Zola is helping people to stay positive at home. Oscars 2021, I don't mind being the underdog. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Anonymous jury in Derek Chauvin trial part of a growing trend that has some legal experts worried. Armenian Americans hail Biden's genocide statement. Oscars red carpet is ready at LA's Union Station. Some states are turning down vaccine doses, feds have full confidence J&J vaccine benefits outweigh risks, latest COVID-19 updates. A woman was charged with a felony for not returning a VHS tape, she found out 21 years later. For Minneapolis protest leaders, no apologies over muscular demands for police reform. Thousands in London protest against virus lockdown. AP top stories April 24 p. Deputy appears to mistake phone for gun and shooting. Lawsuit blames culture of recklessness in Florida Sheriff's Office for fatal shooting of black teens. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Judge's order drags Garcetti into center of legal battle over Skid Row. Earthquake, magnitude 3.6 quake strikes near San Jose. Los Angeles police fatally shoot man wearing body armor during bizarre confrontation in Hollywood area. Anyone 16 and older living in LA can get the COVID-19 vaccine this weekend, while supplies last. Is Caitlyn Jenner the next Arnold Schwarzenegger? Even some in GOP skeptical. Armenian American activists welcome U.S. recognition of genocide but say fight isn't over. Lopez, in Sacramento, legislative attempts to slow down drivers have hit speed bumps. We have to keep the Cinerama Dome alive, but many other LA treasures also need our support and attention. Armenians spent their lives demanding U.S. recognition of genocide. Victory is here. Man shot by one or multiple deputies in Florence Firestone area. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, April 25th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Sunken missing Indonesian submarine found cracked open by rescuers. Journalist arrested by India in 2020 for trying to cover Hathras gang rape of a Dalit girl, denied toilet access in prison, and made to use a bottle. 50,000 fans attend massive rock concert in COVID-free New Zealand. Indian journalist who reported rape of minority community girl handcuffed to hospital bed, not allowed to use toilet. Argentina loses country's Google domain after random citizen buys it for $5. COVID-19, India records 349,691 new infections in another daily global record. World news. Turkish court orders Erdogan to stop denying journalists credentials. EU blames China for endangering peace in South China Sea. Bernie Sanders says backing waiver for COVID vaccine patents is common human morality. Officer stabbed to death inside her police station near Paris. Zimbabwe to sell hunting rights for endangered elephants. Armenians celebrate Biden's genocide declaration as furious Turkey summons U.S. ambassador. Syria gets donation of 150,000 COVID shots from China. Twitter is blocking tweets that criticize how the Indian government has handled the pandemic. The next headlines are from Forbes. Finding Freedom, and Finding Her Voice Through Wine, book review of Erin French's new memoir from the Lost Kitchen restaurant. Mother's Day gift guide, best apparel and accessories for moms who love cruising. Leading up to Oscars, director Matt Alberti shares backstory behind the mole agent, El Agent Topo. Based on history, look for Green Bay Packers GM Brian Gutekunst to trade up in NFL draft. A new program has surpassed Bridgerton to become Netflix's most popular scripted show in 2021. The 25 most popular movies on Netflix in 2021, update, April 24th. The 25 most popular shows on Netflix in 2021, update, April 24th. 1 billion vaccine doses have been administered worldwide, but mostly in wealthy countries. Elon Musk is hosting SNL next month. Zero on Netflix, a new superhero coming-of-age series from Italy. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,700,965,076 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Dreamy drama Holgut, set on the Siberian tundra, premieres at Visions du Rail. La Vida en Com director Ezekiel Yanko on blending genres to create a Rear Widow for the COVID-19 generation. Tempest director Tatiana Wazo talks The Echo, her career and style at Visions du Rail. Deckard confirms first deals on Visions du Rail titles The Bubble, Bellum, L'Enfant Terrible's exclusive. Users director Natalia Almada set to explore the limits of what is possible exclusive. Gorky Glazermler on Syrian documentary Children of the Enemy, Chilean thriller, Bobby Jean Smith VR experience exclusive. The Gig is Up review, The Perils of Platform Work, personified. Marty Bauer, United Talent Agency co-founder, dies at 74. The Last Forest Review, Facts and Folklore mingle in a bewitching Brazilian social study. Kanye West and the Sunday Service Choir perform at DMX's memorial. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Comic, How I Cope with Pandemic Numbness. Iraq Interior Ministry, 82 killed in Baghdad hospital fire. Elon Musk to host Saturday Night Live. Tower of Babel, non-native speakers navigate the world of good and bad English. Full of hatred and fear, disinformation on YouTube divided a dad and daughter. Democrat Troy Carter wins New Orleans-based U.S. House seat. Hester Ford, oldest living American, dies at 115, or 116. Southeast Asian leaders call for immediate end to violence in Myanmar. Boba shortage could stretch into summer, leave businesses in a bind. Maryland 2 probe cases handled by ex-medical examiner who testified in Chauvin trial. The following headlines are from the week. Fire at Iraqi hospital treating COVID-19 patients kills at least 82. Cedric Richmond-backed Troy Carter will fill Louisiana's vacant House seat after special election win. India's devastating new COVID wave. Women suffer more from Zoom calls. China's designs on Taiwan. Israel recorded 0 COVID-19 deaths in a day for the first time in 10 months. Biden breaks with predecessors, calls 1915 mass killings of Armenians a genocide. Marjorie Taylor Greene mockingly impersonates Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez while recounting her debate challenge. GOP's elder statesman James Baker praises Biden's Afghanistan withdrawal plan. 10 things you need to know today, April 24, 2021. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Animation shows how Saturn's rings move at different speeds. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, April 25th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Year's first supermoon on April 26th to 27th. What is a supermoon? When is the next tide? Recommended almanacs here. Moon near star Spica on April 25th. More than 5,000 tons of space dust fall to Earth each year. Forced complete view of Venus orbital dust ring. Mercury and Venus pair up at dusk April 24th to 26th. The next news is from Politico. Reckless Russia's power is in decline, says British spy chief. Biden's first 100 days. Newsom may have to decide whether to sanction heroin injection sites. Opinion: we got Afghanistan wrong, but there's still time to learn something. Not rich. Good news, you're probably getting a tax cut. The takeaway from the most political Oscars ever: political movies are hard. Turkey summons U.S. ambassador over genocide announcement. Troy Carter wins Louisiana special election in blow to progressives. Inside America's long hand-wringing over the Armenian genocide. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Everyone's a bit nervous, Aussies seeking to leave COVID hit India early, but IPL rolls on. Drivers urged to plan for weeks of Riverside Expressway closures. Photographer, librarians save historic images from rubble. Very disappointed, ex-premier laments loss of home linked to Shingalin family. Sunken Indonesian submarine found cracked open by rescuers. Port Adelaide exposed the Saints' faults in commanding win. As it happened AFL 2021, Paris stars as Dons beat Pies, Hawks comeback over Crows, power thump Saints. Storm overpower the Warriors in Trans-Tasman and Anzac Day clash. Egg beaters are go. Selfish tourists could trigger Southwest COVID disaster, Shire president. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The moneyest: my wife makes $200K a year, but gives $700 a month, and $3,000 to her brother and mother to keep them in the good life. The moneyest: my boyfriend agreed to go part-time to look after my teenage kids. I paid him $650 a month. We split up, now he's crying foul. The moneyest: my husband and I bought a $387K building with my parents. We sold it for nearly $1 million. We took care of it. Do we still split it 50-50? The moneyest: I'm on track to retire at 58. My fiancé is in debt and drives my old car, and I support her family. How do I ensure my son inherits my wealth after I die? The moneyest. My wife offered to loan me money when I was having financial trouble. Now I make six figures, and she refuses to pay any bills. Personal Finance Daily. Disney fan complains Walt Disney World is becoming too woke and new home sales surge past expectations as builders race to meet demand. Market Snapshot. Why the Fed's focus on those hardest hit by the pandemic matters for markets. Newswatch. Why it'll take more than easy money from the Fed to keep sparking this bull market in stocks. Outside the box. Saving for retirement. Here are 4 key lessons. Outside the box. Why you should plan to leave money to your kids. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. How Edward Muybridge's photographs led to the birth of cinema. The Tribune India. IB and SMEs taking ideas to market. newjedD.net. Online bookkeeping software market, technology inventions and new development by 2026 Wave apps, Neat, Sage, NeighborWeb SJ. Paramoy Climate Smart Skincare, KATV. The next headlines are from Quartz. A global team of researchers has developed a malaria vaccine with unprecedented effectiveness. Homegrown art collectors, decolonize donor funding, Twitter's move. Netflix is retelling the lost tale of Japan's first African samurai. Weekend edition, George Floyd's legacy, India's COVID catastrophe, Makekla. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, April 18th-24th. College student sue Proctorio over DMCA's on fair use critique tweets of software. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. DMX. Daniel Cormier. Brie Larson. Nix. Anthony Smith. Jack Black. Chris Weidman. Freddie Mercury. Valentina Shevchenko. Kendrick Lamar. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. I'll slap him, ex-champ Cormier in furious exchange with Jake Paul at UFC 261 as Dana White condemns circus, video. How dare you boo her, UFC Florida crowd slammed for jeering Chinese ex-champ Zhang Weili. The power within, scientists develop method to enhance body's own painkillers in major breakthrough. UFC legend Silva pens note to Weidman after horror leg break, in eerie coincidence with Brazilian's own injury 7 years ago. China's Wuhan rises from COVID-19 fallout, boosting GDP by nearly 60%. Volkswagen expects global chip shortage to further hit output with no chance to recoup existing losses, reports. Putin should refuse Biden's offer of a summit. Americans will bring only political theatrics and threats, nothing will be achieved. Comparing vaccine certificates to the Holocaust, anti-lockdown Brit spotted wearing yellow Star of David badges. Coronavirus storm has shaken India, PM Modi says, as country registers nearly 350,000 COVID-19 cases, a new global daily record. Joe Rogan's reactions give me life. UFC commentator goes viral, again, for brilliant response to knockout in video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Who benefited from the euro and who pays the piper now? London Park faces human excrement problem after refusing to install toilets. Biden's first trip outside country will be to NATO headquarters. Escobar, Putin rewrites the law of the geopolitical jungle. Scientists are now growing human monkey chimeric embryos. FBI releases documents on investigation into death of DNC staffer Seth Rich. China unveils AlphaDog, an affordable alternative to the terrifying RoboDog. Biden admin stops fining illegal immigrants who don't leave U.S., cancels debt. Turkey summons U.S. ambassador, says Armenian genocide statement alienating a NATO ally. These are the most polluted cities in America. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Egypt extends state of emergency for 3 months. Dozens dead as Yemen rebels advance on Marib. Indonesia authorities say 53 submarine crew members dead. Cyprus rivals seek common ground at Geneva talks. Why does India have so many COVID cases? Fire extinguished on oil tanker off Syria after suspected attack. Albania goes to polls after fiery election campaign. The women of Myanmar are places in the revolution. Sanctions-battered Iran faces worst coronavirus wave. Fire tears 2 through Baghdad COVID hospital. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Rand Paul, Biden White House mask alarmism having a deleterious effect, discouraging people from getting the vaccine. Exclusive pastors welcome rise in private and homeschooling in black communities. Dem Rep Jones, opposition to DC statehood engaging in racist activity, quite a sinister thing. Scalaz on WAPO Tim Scott article, left terrified of a conservative black leader who doesn't push left's narrative. Maxine Waters, Chauvin trial judge way off track with appeal remarks, he knows that there was no interference with the jurors. Brooks, not sure how realistic Biden's emissions goal is. CBC Chair Beatty, police could shoot in the air and teachers break up fights with knives every day. Video, driver out on bail for alleged attempted murder drags NYPD officer with car. Anonymous donor uses $1K in Dogecoin to pay adoption fees at animal shelter. Pinkerton, Carter 2.0, Joe gets played by a communist dictator just like Jimmy. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Common heart disease drug reverses obesity by targeting inflammation in mice. Hero trucker ignores own safety to save utility worker stuck in a bucket with fire blazing below. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Watch this historic first, astronauts successfully launched using recycled rocket to International Space Station. Common human antibiotic can heal coral diseases 95% success rate with amoxicillin. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, April 25th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Frank Speech, home of free hate speech and ignorant crackheads. Joe Biden, hypocrite? Founder of company hired by Arizona GOP to conduct ballot audit promoted election fraud falsehoods. Serial wedding crasher allegedly stole gifts from more than a dozen couples in 3 states. Japanese man arrested for dating 35 women. Oklahoma woman charged with felony for not returning VHS tape 21 years ago. Norwegian climber who was first to test positive for COVID at Mount Everest went during pandemic because it was cheaper. Arrested Florida Capitol rioter Kenneth Kelly thought he was breaking into White House. Warp drives, physicists give chances of faster-than-light space travel a boost. Study that found COVID less likely for smokers retracted for tobacco ties. The following headlines are from Science Daily. From toxic ions to single-atom copper. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, April 25th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to air live coverage of SpaceX Crew 1 astronauts return to Earth. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. LDS Church embraces the UN, but some members see the global group as satanic. How hikers can protect archaeological sites, simple steps for watching where you step. Letter, it is time to clean the darn air. If a Bears Ears monument, larger or smaller, won't guarantee cultural sites aren't trashed, what will? Scott D. Pierce, during the pandemic, Cher skipped a trip to Salt Lake City but saved an elephant. Robert Garrick, not all of quarterback Alex Smith's heroics were on the field. This one left a profound impression on one 9-year-old boy. Letter, the Utah legislature acts like it wants Utah to go it alone. Go for it. Letter, they came for African Americans, and I did not speak out. Letter, if the LDS Church doesn't want Dr. Helfer as a member, they should return her Todd money. Letter, some perspective on COVID mortality for the unvaccinated. The next headlines are from Tech News for Nerds. Is SpaceX's Starlink becoming the world's dominant ISP? Richard Stallman's blog asks, am I Dr. Stallman? University of Minnesota researchers send apology to Linux kernel mailing list. Millions of the Pentagon's dormant IP addresses have mysteriously sprung to life. Elon Musk will host Saturday Night Live on May 8. Work proceeds on mitigation strategies for global navigation satellite system jamming spoofing. Unreturned VHS tape 21 years ago leads to surprise felony embezzlement charge. How faulty software landed dozens of UK postmasters in prison. Microsoft previews Rust for Windows. Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey argue that Bitcoin incentive eases renewable energy. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. 2 St. Louis organizations hold virtual vigil for homicide victims. Mourners said goodbye to Corey Gauthier in emotional funeral. Mizal police seeking help with identifying suspects in armed carjacking. Mayor Jones, Congresswoman Bush tour Workhouse and City Justice Center to assess conditions. DMX being mourned during memorial service at Barclays Center. One in custody after shooting in Hazelwood Motel. Man killed in Moline Acres crossover crash early Saturday morning. UK apologizes for racism in memorials to World War I deceased. Woman sentenced for fatal shooting of teen at high school in 2019. Missouri to resume use of Johnson & Johnson vaccine. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Ghost gun used in gas lamp shooting. Dodgers rally past Padres 5-4 despite 2 more homers by Tatis. Japan issues 3rd virus emergency in Tokyo, Osaka area. And Oscars unlike any other 2 get underway Sunday. Tesla CEO Elon Musk adding SNL hosting job to his to-do list. San Diego reports 155 new COVID-19 infections, 4 new deaths. Video, fleeing driver drags NYPD lieutenant in Brooklyn, police say. White House COVID-19 response team says the U.S. is making major progress. What a proposal. Teacher creates viral sensation asking students to be in her wedding. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Performer of the Week, Ryan Steele. Apple AirTag has built an anti-stalking tech popular science. GPS tracker use on DV offenders could be expanded. Opinion, Central Intelligence Agency agents in Thailand, please raise your hand. Former Riverside school counselor sued again over allegations of videotaping boys. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Chinese Navy demonstrates capability of its new amphibious assault ship. Australia cleared 2 by-combat drones with serious airstrike capabilities. U.S. Navy tests vanilla unmanned aerial vehicle from moving truck. U.S. Navy showcases new type of unmanned surface vessel. U.S. Navy demonstrates unmanned anti-submarine warfare capability. U.S. Army bolsters its air defense capabilities with newest time-shored system. South Korea, Thailand reach agreement on additional T-50th trainer jets. U.S. Navy's new aircraft carrier validate capability to defend itself and its crew. Javelins fly during military exercise in Georgia. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, April 25th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Earthquake rattles parts of the South Bay. Earthquake's home opener marks first Santa Clara County event with fans. CA drought, Napa residents advised to conserve water. Crowd gathers in SF to honor what would have been Sean Monterosa's 23rd birthday. Hundreds gather in SF after Biden recognizes Armenian genocide. A's extend win streak to 13 with 7-2 victory over Orioles. Car on fire on Bay Bridge causes major delays. Track the storm, much-needed April showers reach Bay Area. Video, suspected drunk driver drags NYPD lieutenant, police say. Another dead whale washes onto Bay Area beach. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Pope, migrants begged for help at sea, shamefully ignored. Facts matter, Chauvin's hand not in pocket while pinning Floyd. Carmel High to open multicultural center promoting inclusivity. Grammar Moses, that's all I have to say about that. After growing up on backstretch, exercise rider doesn't want Arlington Park to close. Constable, brain glasses let concussion patient see path to recovery. Jockey Chris Amig still hoping racing at Arlington can be saved. Make-A-Wish comfort dog new pal for 18-year-old. Something about the sights, sounds and smells, Arlington fan hopes track can be saved. Nobody in Illinois cares much more about this than I do. A trainers drive to keep Arlington open. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, April 25th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Deputy injured after 3 separate car crashes at same location, police said. Beautiful Sunday, rain chances return next week. Welcome to Boxville, Chicago's first business incubator built out of shipping containers. Mountain strong, surviving the creek fire. Oscars 2021, what this year's red carpet means for fashion designers. Final goodbye, DMX, procession memorial service honors late rapper. President Biden formally recognizes atrocities against Armenians as genocide. 5-vehicle crash closes 290 eastbound at Pingle Road. Lobbyist accused of using date rape drug on Texas Capitol staffer. RV tossed by high winds as couple slept during Friday's storms. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Indonesia says 53 crew of lost sub are dead, wreckage found. Analyst, missile motor test likely caused blast in Israel. Advocates concerned about southern Utah road extension. Young adult relocations are reshaping political geography. More action, less talk, distinguished Biden's 100-day sprint. Turkey summons U.S. ambassador over genocide announcement. 5 held amid investigation of deadly police station attack. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, the lies about astronaut ice cream will break your heart. NYC school attendance rates improving as more students poised to return to classrooms Monday. NY lawmakers propose bill banning disgraced officers from new law enforcement work. Monster truck carries coffin and biker caravan to DMX's memorial at Barclays Center. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Legislators look to extend eviction moratorium to August 31st for New Yorkers affected by pandemic. J&J COVID shot will now be administered immediately in New York after FDA lifts pause. NYPD investigates violent attack on 61-year-old Asian man in East Harlem. Why one verdict cannot erase the collective trauma of a nation. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. A malaria-free future is possible, UN chief says on International Day. Seeing health opportunities in post-pandemic Papua New Guinea, a UN resident coordinator blog. UN chief stresses clear and urgent need for concrete multilateral solutions. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Confirmation of top Biden scientist delayed over ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Look at all those conspiracy theorists standing up against the real infectious disease, the parasites that run the world. London Freedom Rally April 2021. Top U.S. banks deploy AI surveillance to monitor customers, workers. Facebook deletes 120,000 member group where people posted stories of alleged adverse vaccine reactions. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Are casino tokens donated to churches redeemed by Catholic chipmunks? Was the Titanic the first ship to issue an SOS? Lindsay Lohan's dad accused of taking kickbacks from rehab. The big Pentagon internet mystery now partially solved. With okay from experts, some states resume use of J&J vaccine. Did Chicago police tweet "We're all Derek Chauvin"? Did doctors hospitalize a boy after he revealed his dad's secret? Recordings show chaos surrounding Ma'Khia Bryant shooting. Did Biden say he'll cancel 4th of July if Americans don't do what they're told? No, Amazon is not giving away free AirPods in a raffle. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Archaeologists think they've found missing link in origin of the alphabet. Explosive Harry and Meghan bio, Finding Freedom, will be updated with fresh royal feuding. The cred of streetwear might be the biggest fashion con of all. Could COVID exodus speed the Heartland revival? The Irish Miyazaki on the animated masterpiece that deserves to win the Oscar. Chadwick Boseman and Chloe Zhao are about to make Oscars history. Humans are so loud, marine safaris might soon be on land. How Trump and Bibi's special bond damaged the U.S.-Israel alliance. When the Oscars were seduced by X-rated New York City. Why so many evangelicals are susceptible to QAnon craziness. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Innovative golf simulator allows you to practice putting at home. Jerusalem tension triggers Gaza-Israel fire exchange as Netanyahu asks for calm. Oscar predictions 2021, which nominees will win versus which should win. Ted Cruz mocks VP Kamala Harris saying her GPS got confused. Protesters block traffic, clash with cops on Brooklyn Bridge. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. SpaceX Crew Dragon docks with space station. SpaceX launches NASA astronauts using recycled rocket and capsule. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Josh fight, hundreds of dudes named Josh gather in Nebraska for battle royal. Fresno pays $4.9 million settlement to family of 16-year-old killed running away from cops in 2017. Alan Wieselberg, self-professed stickler CFO at center of Trump criminal probe, says he leaves legal side of money flow to others. German software tycoon makes historic donation to Green Party for upcoming election. CIT, white woman calls black neighbor the N-word, adds you're not the right color, honey, and loses job at Virginia Food Bank. Spanish man charged with willingly infecting 22 people with COVID-19. Italian singing star Laura Pausini ready for her Oscar moment. 15 volunteers emerge from dark cave in France after 40 days in total isolation. AOC marks Earth Day with call to block Astoria power plant from using fracked natural gas. Women who didn't return VHS tape for 22 years charged with felony. The following headlines are from military.com. The VA is testing an implant that could allow paralyzed veterans to walk again. And then there were two. Second F-15X arrives at Eglin AFB for testing. Patriots coach Bill Belichick to receive key to the city of Annapolis during Army-Navy men's lacrosse game. The Marines need volunteers to help them reassess body standards. Former teacher pleads not guilty to child molestation charge. Billion-dollar Army housing project begins next week at 5 bases. Indonesia Navy finds items from lost submarine, indicating it sank. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Daywatch Special Edition, The Failures Before the Fires. Fight at Elmhurst Tavern spilled into parking lot where suspect, a Chicago woman, fatally shot man, prosecutors say during Saturday bond hearing. I was scared for me and my wife and my kids, says Las Vegas man who was nearly carjacked by 18-year-old now charged in the fatal shooting of 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams. Cards with messages against police brutality dangle from Grant Park trees following vigil, protest. Minute by minute, you're either firing at a car or taking a car at gunpoint, says judge during bond hearing for alleged one-man crime spree shot at by police on Bloomingdale Trail. Young father dead, woman injured in shooting outside apartment near Niles, Glenview, police say. Corrections and clarifications. Man found dead in Little Village fire that displaced 4 others identified, officials say. How to try to get a COVID-19 vaccine in Chicago. Here's what you need to know about COVID-19 vaccines in Illinois. The following headlines are from Phys.org. Biggest space station crowd in decade after SpaceX arrival. A breakthrough astrophysics code rapidly models stellar collisions. A more efficient, safer alternative to sourcing copper via bacteria. China names Mars rover for traditional fire god. Out of the cave, French isolation study ends after 40 days, update. California to ban new fracking from 2024. Old SpaceX capsule delivers new crew to space station. Hatchery reviving Britain's near-extinct local oysters. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, April 25th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. India's crematoriums overwhelmed as virus swallows people. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, April 25th, 2021. Horoscopes April 25th, 2021, Al Pacino and Gina Torres share advice. Word Game, April 25th, 2021. Ask Amy, after my roommate's meltdown, I think I need to take action. Dear Abby, I told my daughter to aim high, now her father is insisting on community college. Kevin Gausman is sharp again, but Giants offense falters in loss to Marlins. Dreadful start to Sharks in loss to Minnesota Wild. Here's why a phone call is more distracting than a passenger roadshow. Oakland A's beat rain, Orioles to extend winning streak to 13 games. The latest, Washington State resumes J&J inoculations. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Syria schools begin final exams weeks early because of virus. Iraq's Interior Ministry says 82 people were killed and 110 injured in Baghdad hospital fire. Iraqi Rights Commission, 58 people killed in Baghdad hospital fire, including coronavirus patients. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Some right-wing troops find themselves targeted by their own war machine. Sex work prosecution changes in New York are a welcome step, but not enough. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, April 25, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Global experts define how to assess quality of care for patients with atrial fibrillation. Study highlights risks of anxiety and depression after cardiac device implantation. Simple foot test detects heart rhythm disorder in patients with diabetes. Age-related muscle loss and walking abilities predict outcomes after lung cancer surgery. A lesson from Arctic sea ice prediction in 2020, accurate subseasonal to seasonal prediction remains a grand challenge. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 16 shot, 2 fatally in Chicago so far this weekend. Dear Abby, sending teen to her dream school at tall order for parents deeply in debt. Man fatally shot in Humboldt Park. Congressman Bobby Rush's bridge to our future is a bridge to nowhere. Man, 18, wounded in Albany Park shooting. Man charged with attempted murder after attacking Chicago police detective in South Shore. Horoscope for Sunday, April 25, 2021. Fire allow critical own goal and loss to Atlanta United. DMX immortalized by family and close friends at memorial. Nick Madrigal's RBI double with 2 outs and 9th lifts White Sox. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, April 25, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. See White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, but don't tell anyone what you find out. The next headlines are about world records making news. New unofficial world record set in Cow's $2 race, Island Echo. Indian Rapunzel Nilanshi Patel, donated my hair to Ripley's Believe It or Not, Hollywood Museum, Hindustan Times. MCG crowd tops post-COVID world record, Yahoo Sport Australia. World record price is expected at Mitsubishi Heritage Fleet Auction, Car Scoops. Roger, Clifford break world records, Yahoo Sport Australia. In yet another world record, India reports nearly 3.50 lakh COVID-19 cases and over 2,700 deaths, Jab in English. Golgo 13 ties Guinness World Record for most manga volumes, the Asahi Shimbun. Powerlifter Chad Penson, 90 kg, totals 11 times his body weight, seizes 2 world records, bar bend. World records for Nurudinov and Yangzha of Asian Weightlifting Championships, Insidetha Rob Gronkowski sets Guinness World Record with 600-foot catch, NFL.com. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Soon you may not have to say "Hey Google" to get your phone's Google Assistant to listen to you. Elon Musk is hosting SNL and God, I wish this was just a clickbait headline. Kevin Smith's He-Man universe expands with prequel comic for Dark Horse. California commits to phasing out oil extraction by 2045. The Last of Us HBO adaptation adds new directors. Enterprise Password Manager password state hacked, exposing users' passwords for 28 hours. Is the Saw franchise ready for the small screen? Lionsgate thinks so. Robin the Zombie film Killing It is Shaun of the Dead meets Girls Trip. What the US's fair share of emissions reductions looks like. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already a super solid experience on PC and iOS. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Chalk in Myanmar at 114.8 degrees Fahrenheit or 46 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WIID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Why lawmakers are so interested in Apple's and Google's rants. Apple's AirDrop leaks users' PI, and there's not much they can do about it. Republicans and Democrats increasingly agree, big tech is too powerful. Conservative versus liberal, a knockdown, drag-out climate policy fight. Apple's ransomware mess is the future of online extortion. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Republicans' chaotic audit of Arizona ballots for Trump may blow up in their faces, GOP insider. Elon Musk will host Saturday Night Live but viewers just want him to stay in his Tesla lane. Utterly disgusting, Big Pharma lobby blitz against vaccine patent waivers denounced. Vaccine hesitant, vaccine refusers and anti-vaxxers, there's a spectrum, and the differences matter. Tony Blinken pledges U.S. will rapidly deploy additional support to the people of India. Newt accuses Biden of being deliberately anti-America while ranting about the LGBTQ flag on Fox. Curt Schilling lashes out at LeBron James for the stupidest, most ignorant takes on the planet. Ousted GOP leader complains he was Kavanaugh'd and attempts to recant his resignation, report. Man arrested after Virginia GOP leader killed in fatal hit-and-run crash, report. Anti-vaxxers are wearing yellow stars of David to protest coronavirus vaccines, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Why blue carbon credits may be poised to take off. PPP lending was supposed to help small businesses in Kansas City. That's not what happened. He defended Chauvin and wouldn't call Floyd's death a homicide. Now his report is under investigation. Biden formally calls the mass slaughter of Armenians a genocide. All this cleanliness is bad for our health. After years of lording over an uncontrolled spigot of bad tweets, Trump now claims Twitter is really boring. Escorts, medical weed, and corruption, Gates probe reportedly scrutinizing 2018 Bahamas trip. What the hell is going on at the Columbus Police Department? Researchers warn of devastating effects from changing currents. Can a post-MAGA Washington create SUNA policy for farm workers? The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Brilliant intelligence of Sir Albert Einstein and quickness of wit of Mr. Sherlock Holmes -2, The Times of India blog. 7 surprising ways exercise can boost human health, new atlas. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, April 25, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The military takes UFOs seriously, why not Silicon Valley or academia? UFO expert to crack Bonney Bridge alien mystery. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, April 25, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.